So today we're going to talk about combining functions. So we have arithmetic operations with functions. All right, so and over here, let's look at what this says. It says f of x equals x squared plus 4x minus 32. And then it says g of x equals x minus 4. And then it gives us this notation. It says find this, find f plus g of x. Okay, so how do we do that, and what does that mean? All right, so first of all, you have already done what this is asking you to do, all right, because you have already done operations with polynomials. And notice that should be an n polynomials. Okay, so and notice that this is a polynomial, all right, and this is a polynomial, all right, and you've already done this operations with polynomials. It just wasn't written the same way. So the way you saw this written was x squared plus 4x minus 32 plus x minus 4, all right? And you definitely know how to do that, either doing it directly or using your MathWay calculator. All right, so what you really need to know is, what does this mean? All right, because you already know how to do operations with polynomials. All right, and so what that means is adding things. All right, so f of x is just a way of identifying the first polynomial. All right, so this is f of x right here. And g of x is the second polynomial, so that's this one right here. And so if we add them together, that's g of x plus f of x. So we could see this written as f of x plus g of x. Okay, then we don't have to write out the whole thing again when we say it. Okay, this could also be written, and these things are equal both ways. You could put f plus g inside the parentheses, and that means the same thing. Okay, and it goes the same for other operations. So we can talk about subtraction, g of x, and of course that would be written as f subtract g of x, right? And you can also use this for multiplication. So you get f of x times sine g of x, and that means the same as we said, f in solid dot x. All right, and then lastly, our last operation is division. All right, and so we could write this as divide by g of x, and we would see that written as f divide g of x. This last one, division, can also be expressed this way. All right, so we could get this notation that says f of x over g of x. And so these two things, right, so this is, both of these are division. So both of these are ways of expressing division, all right? And in that case, we could see something that said this, f over g of x. All right, and so all those things mean the same thing. And all we're doing is adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing polynomials, okay? All right, so, and since you've already done that, we really don't need to think about the operations with polynomials part. We just need to think about this notation and what does it mean, okay? And so this means add, this means subtract, and then multiply, and then the last one was division, was divide, okay? All right, so So back to this one. So now we go back to our top and we say this f plus g of x. All right, now, so we can look at it this way. And since it's a plus sign, right, we're just going to have an extra x right here. And we're going to have a negative right here. And so our answer is going to be x squared. And then if I take these two together, 4 plus 1, invisible 1, here's our invisible 1, plus 5x. And then we have negative 32 and another negative. So a negative and a negative, that's negative 36. All right, and that's going to be our answer over here. So we're going to have x squared plus 5x minus 36. All right, so it's the exact same exercise you were doing before with polynomials, adding, subtracting, and multiplying and dividing polynomials, except now you're using this function notation. Okay, so no new skill you have to learn, just a different way that it's being asked. So asking for adding and subtracting, multiplying, dividing polynomials with this function notation, but it's still the same skill that you have, which is doing polynomials that way.